Hi, everybody, and welcome to another session. This is Victor from Spoken Learning, and today I'm going to talk about a little bit of advices to learn a new language, which is going to be something like an introduction. I will have a second part, and it is going to be related again. But right now, allow me to start. I'm gonna share my screen. And while I do that, allow me to remind you that in Spoken Learning, we provide private Spanish lessons for children and adults, even if you don't know any Spanish at all, but also if you already have some knowledge and you want to take your skills to the next level. Remember that we're not tutors, we're professional teachers, so you can always call our text 832-413-2166 in order to enroll. And well, let's go with the recommendations to improve your Spanish and to learn a new language. Let's see. The first way is start thinking on your new language. Some people say like, well, that sounds really hard, and probably it is at the beginning, of course. But at some point, you're going to discover that you actually have like the mindset to start thinking in Spanish. It works like that in a way. It might seem very hard at the beginning. Try to think in the new language you're learning and progressively avoid to think on your mother tongue while you're practicing. This will force your brain to develop the abilities and acquire the words, meaning, and sounds necessary to communicate. So that's kind of the idea. Start thinking on your new language that you're learning. And that's pretty much it. Let's go for the next one. Talk to yourself. This is another one. Complementario al consejo anterior, hablarte a ti mismo en tu nuevo idioma hace que desarrolles algo llamado el narrador interno en tu nuevo idioma y con ello un nuevo tú que piensa en otro idioma. Como dijera el emperador Carlomagno, tener un segundo idioma es tener una segunda alma. So, like I was thinking, like I was saying in the previous one, you have to talk to yourself because that way you will develop the inner narrator that will tell you things or that will help you think in the language that you in a different language of the one that you normally do. It's very important because that way you will sound more like confident with your own ideas. So it's very, very important. To have a second language is to possess a second soul. Own the language. People normally feel shy about learning a new language. They're always like saying things, I'm still learning, or I don't know how to say a few things. But when you're actually committed to learn it, you have to start saying that you know the language, that you might be still learning. But if you care about the new language, you should own it and convince yourself that you're talking a new language. So own it, okay? Own the new language. And that's like best possible way to do it, to convince yourself that you can actually talk about it and you can actually say things. So own the new language. And the next one, do not be afraid of making mistakes. This is a very, very, very important one. Justo como los primeros dos consejos, ese también se complementa. Cuando estamos aprendiendo un nuevo idioma nos sentimos incapaces de expresarnos. Sentimos que no tenemos suficientes palabras, that we don't have enough words when we are learning a new language. But the truth is that we didn't even try. Many times we are afraid of being what sound ridiculous, and we do not dare to make sentences or even to say a hello, right? A way to avoid this is to lose the fear to sound strange or to make mistakes. And that's the way that we need to remember that it's only called mistakes when we are not learning. Obviously, when you are learning and you make a mistake, you are going to be corrected, and that way it won't be a mistake any longer. So we have to take that in consideration. No tengas miedo de cometer errores. Habla, practica y exprésate. Do not be afraid of making mistakes and express yourself. So that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for your attention. I hope that you actually find the topic interesting. And before I go, allow me to remind you that in Spoken Learning, we provide private Spanish lessons for children and adults. Even if you don't know any Spanish at all, we're all native Spanish teachers. So that's pretty much it. Thank you so much. And I will see you next time.